Right, let's get back to our lead story now. A Gift of the Givers volunteer has been shot dead in Hanover Park. 20-year-old Ameerodien Noordien was caught up in a gang crossfire in Hanover Park, Cape Town. The suburb is infested with gangsterism, drugs and violence. Gift of the Givers project manager Ali Sably joins us now from our Cape Town studios to give us details on this. Ali, thank you very much for joining us. Before we get into the circumstances surrounding his death, perhaps let's just talk about how the family is holding up today. We do understand that his mom does dialysis on a daily basis. One can only imagine how she's feeling at the moment.
Yes, the family is taking it very, very hard at the moment. As we know, Ameerodien was the sole breadwinner in the house. His mom was yesterday at the hospital as well. Has been to the house twice yesterday. She's very, very weak. She hasn't cried yet. I don't think she's absorbed what has taken place as yet.
Let's get into the circumstances surrounding his death.
Okay, Ameerodien was dropped off by a company vehicle at about 5:30 in his hometown of Hanover Park, as many of the other volunteer youth come from the area. At 10 to 7, while shopping with my family at the local supermarket, I received a frantic call from one of the boys working for us. He just said, "Boss, Ameerodien is dead." I said, "What?" And then he put the phone down. And then I tried phoning the other boys, and then I finally managed to get hold of one of them. Ameerodien was tragically shot in a gang crossfire in Hanover Park. He was walking across the road to the local shop, and while walking over, the rival gang came into the road. 3 gunmen started shooting down at innocent people in the road. Ameerodien was struck 4 times, 3 in the back and 1 in the head, and died immediately.
Just 20 years old, he had his entire life ahead of him. Such a tragic story you're telling us, Ali. Perhaps let's just talk about him and reflect on his life. How did he actually even get into volunteering in terms of the Gift of the Givers?
Okay, when the Cape Town was hit with the drought, we received huge donations of 300 containers and trucks that had to be offloaded on a daily basis. We then decided to get volunteers who we can pay a wage to, who can assist us in loading off these containers and going into the drought-stricken areas distributing the water. And we chose youth from various areas of the Cape Flats, Hanover Park, Manenberg, Bishop Leyvers, and I was the one that had to choose a youth from Hanover Park. And Ameerodien was one of the first boys we chose, because he always had a smile on his face. He was very respectful, and he was willing to work. Here was someone who was willing to make a change in his life, who didn't want to be like the other youth in that area who was drawn into gangsterism and drugs, and he wanted to make a change to himself, change to be someone his parents can be proud of. And when I heard his story, as we worked over the months, hearing his story that his mother's has kidney failure, she's on dialysis on a daily basis, he's a breadwinner in the house. Wherever he went, whatever town or whatever project we were busy with, he has captured the hearts of many.
Why continue to operate in Hanover Park? The picture you paint is a very scary one, someone just walking across the road and you could lose your life. Is Gift of the Givers considering pulling out?
Never, never. We are there to uplift people. We are there to assist people. We cannot let this one incident isolate the whole situation. We hope Ameerodien's death can be a change in Hanover Park. It's by time somebody takes a stand and says enough is enough. We cannot let him become another number, where it's become a norm in society for a child to be killed daily. We appeal to the Minister of Police, Bheki, Cele, to do the same intervention he's doing in Westbury, in the area as Hanover Park, because there is people, there is youth like Ameerodien who's prepared to make a change and who's not prepared to live in a society like that.
Your call to the Minister of Police, Mr. Bheki Cele, you want similar intervention that we saw in the community of Westbury.
That's correct. We appealed him to get rid of these gangsters. There is youth in that area who's not, there is youth in the area, there is elderly in that area who's not happy what they're seeing. As we know, that area is a red zone, so even if an elderly person gets sick or has a heart attack or has an asthma attack, the ambulance or police ambulance cannot come into that area because it's been declared a red zone. So why must the whole community suffer at the hands of a bunch of few thugs?
And that's where we leave it. Thank you very much. And we're deeply, deeply, deeply sorry for your loss. And our hearts go out to his mother as well. Thank you very much for those details.